Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we will start at Itäkeskus, which is a metro station in eastern Helsinki, and we will create line number 54. This has previously been a slightly problematic line for me because it accumulates so many passengers that there will be dozens and thousands of passengers every day who don't get service because this line runs through the southernmost ring road in Helsinki. And let's see what will happen this time around. The station here is located in here, and it's a part of the Itäkeskus. But let's just connect it to the network first, which means oops. There are many oopsies here right now. No, don't do that. I will just need to create the road running through this area, and then I will need to create the turns which it makes, and one of them is around in here. And then we will create the departure area there, and then there's this turn. So there are crossings everywhere, and I certainly hope that the shit will actually work when put into action. But let's see what will become of this, and while waiting for that, let's just create things. So there. The following stop on the line is called, well, let's not go there just yet. Because we need to be making some creations which don't double up. So the first stop is called Puotinharju, Bootbyhöjden, and it's located somewhere around, let me see, somewhere around here, and it's a one-way stop, but I will make it a two-way stop just for the simplicity of things. There we go. Interesting turns again by the game, but let's not care about that. Let's just start building the track. Then the following stop is called yes, there is another stop which is also a single-way stop called Korsholmantie, Korsholmsvägen, and it's located right over here. And this is a one-way stop the other way around, but I will again create it as a double stop. Then we'll be moving on to the ring road, and the first stop on the ring road is Vanhallinantie, Vanhallinnavägen, which is also a single-way stop, but I will not create it as such. There we go. It crosses with the metro, and metro here is above the ground. It actually isn't, but let's just create the crossing like that to make things easier. Let's just make things easy. Great. The following stop is Arhotie. That's the first real double stop. It's called Sandarvsvägen in Swedish. And it's located somewhere around here. Let me just see. Yep. It's over here. This stretch of road actually has the speed limit of 60 kilometers an hour. But I will retain it with the 50. I will change that very soon when the speed limit really changes. I think it's after the following crossing and the following traffic lights, which is right around there. But we're not there yet, so the following stop is Kukkanituntie Blommingsvägen. Let's just cut some corners again. There we go. The following stop is called Liikuntamylly, Sportkvarnen, and after this stop, the traffic, the speed limit will change. Like I said, I'm cutting some corners here. We'll be doing that for the time now and then in the near future. Okay. The following stop is called Kurkimäki, Traanibakka. I will just move it a bit further north so that even buses coming from other directions can stop at it. We go, and then we'll build a bridge above the metro track. Like that. And back to the ground floor. This intersection will once again be a nightmare for me when I will move on to creating further lines. And then the line will move on to Kivikontie. It's a bit difficult for me to find this stop on the map. So it actually exists the ring road, but we're not going to do that. We're going to cut some corners again, place the stop right over here, and just create additional stops for other lines later on. There we go. Then there is this fairly interesting traffic system, which I will probably have to create on single track, as it is very, very special. It's over here. And over here. Let's just delete this station and make this stop merge with the other one. There we go. And it's not called Päiväkoti Toivo, it's called Kivikon Laita. Stensböle Kanten, I think the right translation is. There we go. And then we'll just push it right over there and build it as a double track from here, and hope that this system actually works this way. It is a pretty difficult intersection to create. I quite agree with this point, but well, let's create it anyway. Hmm. For some reason, it created a 100-meter long stop. I don't agree with this, but I'm not going to fix it because I'm just a lazy ass idiot. And then we have Tattariharjuntie, Tattarosvägen, which will come around here. Will it be before or it will be after that one? So it's over. Oops. It'll be over here. And then let's split the tracks like they're supposed to be splitting. This is a very interesting. Oops, no, I don't want a 300-meter platform over here, so I would just try to build it the way I want to build it, but yeah. Here we go. And here we go. And there we go. And there. This is probably the ring road. No, that's the road to Lahti actually. We'll get to that later on. But thank God the split is now over. Then we have Pihlajamäentie, Rönebackavägen, which I will actually place it under the bridge. It's not there, but I will place it under the bridge. It's not a very difficult stop to create because the stops are such a long way apart on other sides of the road. But I will just put it to the middle because why not? And then the following stop will be at Pukimäen asema, which means we'll merge it with the Pukimäki station. And the Pukimäki station has luckily have been wise here. It's been created on a bridge. So I will just push it under the bridge. But before that I will have to see which lines stop on this stop because I think alright, I will build it before the intersection. This is a bit of cheating again. But I'm always ready to cheat when it makes my life easier. Why did you do this? I just want to create tracks. And there we go. That is a pretty long stretch without a stop, but like I said, this is the ring road. This is ring number 1, and there is a line running through it. So I mean, like I said, this line has caused me trouble previously, but I think the trouble will be removed because there is now line number 15 also running traffic between the east and the west of Helsinki. So I think the pressure on this line will be much smaller right now. And the following stop will be Klaukkalan puisto, Klasasparken. Which will be around here. I'm supposed to build a bridge, probably. Wait. It's actually going to go this way. No, it's not. So let's build a bridge. Oops. And here we have an interesting intersection coming up. Let's see how I will deal with this one. Okay. I'll place the stop in here, just for the simplicity of it. There's quite a bit of a bridge above everything, which I will build over here right now. Let's just see how the lanes will be behaving when we get to other lines, but I think that should work pretty well. What road is this? Yeah, it's the road to Tuusula, so there will be buses running underneath it. Interesting, interesting. But we will deal with this issue a bit later. Then we will have another stop at Pakilanti. And this one will actually place under the bridge because there might be some buses needing to use it, which will then exit the ring road. And actually, the interesting thing is we are merging with another line pretty shortly. There is just one stop left before merging with another line. And it's over here. And guess what? This hellish intersection has already been created, but I think I will need to. Yes, I will need to do some recreation because the bus will actually exit the ring road in that intersection. So we'll need a couple of more ramps to be built, and then it's back to the city road. But there we go. And now let's see how this thing is going to work. Where will it go after this one? No, it still actually continues through Karlanvierto. Brilliant. But this is the intersection I will have. No. Oh, fuck. It's not created yet. I will just have to create it right now. So there is a stop called... yeah, that's done. Kantelettaren tie, Kanteletarvägen, just before the bridge over here. And then let's see how I will make it function. I'm just so glad I created all this shit before this line came up. I knew it was going to come up. But okay, so I see. I think I can manage this. It's gonna be done this way. There is a city road coming up from here, and in the end it's going to turn over there. And this road will continue. Oops, that's not going to be the city road. That's going to be the fast city road, which is actually not the fast city road. But let's not just let's not get stuck on that. Okay, so let's build it like it doesn't exist. There we go. And there we go. This part of it was fairly simple, and then we need to create the other part of it, which is a bit more difficult, but let's not get stuck on that. This is a nightmare. So it's the city road running from. I'm going to sneeze. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. The road will continue straight until this point. And then we'll just create single track from here to here. Oh no, that's not supposed to happen. This is once again, this is a glitch. This is a glitch. There we go. I once again hope I have managed to create this shit thoroughly enough not to cause problems, because these intersections are not designed to be created in a game. They're designed to be created in real life, which is an issue. But here, in here, the bus takes it. Oh, there is also another piece of this shit missing. Which is this. No, don't cross it. Don't cross it. Don't do that. There we go. That should be the way it is. Then we need to delete some of those, but now it should function. That should not be a double cross. Like I said, issues, but it will stop at that Trente over there. And then it will stop at Lassila, at Vaakatie, at Marttila. Oh, come on. Okay. Lassila, Vaakatie, Marttila, Meijeritie, Atomitie. And then it will make a strange turn to the right. But there is also a stop over here which hasn't been notified. So let me just see. Oh, it's a one-way stop. It's a one-way stop, but we'll have to create it anyway. So it's gonna be over here, and it's called Takkatie Spiesselvägen. And then there's going to be a tunnel underneath the tracks. We go back to ground level. And this crossing is funny because it does also go on this way, so I would just create it already because I know it's coming. I mean, I wouldn't do this if I didn't know it was coming, but I know it's coming. So there we go, and there we go, and then we merge it with this tram track over here to at Tallinn Siertola Puutarha. What a strange line. I mean, really, what a strange line it is. But yeah, we will just take it up from here. Then we'll just have to move some of these like that. And then we have Tallinn Siertola Puutarha. Then we have Takomotie. Then we have Valimotie. No, wait. Where do we have Valimotie? We have Takomotie. And I think we have Valimotie after that intersection. Yes, that's pretty much correct. Then we have the stop called Valimotie 15, Gyterivägen 15. There we go. Oops. And we'll end this line at Takomokuja or Smedjegränden, which is just before the end loop here. And bingo. The tracks of the line have been created. And then it's time, after I make the final loop, the time has come to create the line itself, and now let's see if I can create it in a proper way. There we go. That is a loop. It's not a beautiful loop, it's not a perfect loop, but it is a loop. And loop to loop, we are there. Build it. So the line is called line number 54. And this line will probably be overcrowded in the end because of its route, which basically matches no other. I mean, now let me see if this works. It doesn't yet because there still needs to be a turn from from this road to come on to this road. There we go. Let's just wrong length. What is this? Okay. Let's cut the crap. Let's move it that way. And then let's move these markers. This crossing has turned out to be a pretty difficult spot. Unless it stops neutrally and then it goes that way, and uh-oh, no, there is an issue now. Something in that build didn't just add up, so let me just pause this thing for a second and delete this entire crossing. To be frank, that's what I probably need to do. That thing will go to hell, and this thing will go to hell. And then let's have another look at this thing, how it should most likely work. Let's put it down there. What's happening right here? No, I will need to delete the entire crossing. And now let me see. Let's pull one bit of the road through here, One piece of this road. No. Let's do this first. No, and you will not grow. I mean, why does it want to grow the stations? Now it's a crossing. Then we will have this thing going on. Then we will have this thing going on. Then we will have this thing going on. And finally this. Uh-oh. Issues. Don't cross it. Don't cross the fucking tracks. Do not do that. There. Now it should be rebuilt in a serious way, and that's where those will stop, that's where that will stop, that's where that will stop, that's where that will stop, and this is where those will stop now. Build it. Okay, cool. I just hope it will work. But the kanteletta stop is there, and then there's at least this part of it will work now. There is also a bus running through that crossing, which seems to be working. And okay, let's just have a look. Well, it seems that everything is functioning over there. Let's take a look at the bigger picture. Yeah, it seems everything is up and running. Thank you. Very well. Then we have the Karlanvierto. Let's see what I was. Niittyluhdantie. Pakilantie. Wait a second. Yeah. Yeah, I started from this direction, so seems to be working all right. Well, like I said, this was a difficult line to create. It's a difficult line to create. It's a difficult line to operate. If I remember correctly, it doesn't stop at that stop. And there we go, and there we go, and there we are. I made it. Let's just try to finish it, and then let's see if it functions the way it should. There we go. There's no stop in there. Then we stop in there, and in there, and in there, and in there, and that's it. Bingo. Ready. Then let's see how often the line runs. I think it's gonna be the classic 20 minutes. Oh fuck, no. The line only runs on weekdays, and I'm creating it on a Saturday. And it doesn't run on Saturdays, so the entire thing crashes. So it's actually no. This is wonderful. The shortest amount of time is 40 minutes, and I will definitely push it in to run every 40 minutes. Now, this will of course require quite a big fleet to run it, but I do not care. Well, actually, it's not 40 minutes. It's 50 minutes, and we will play by that. But so I guess one more, and then it's all good. Yep. So line 54 is ready. I will have to see how my modifications to the one crossing in somewhere in there, what they will have to do with real life, but we'll get to that later. And until then, I will just have to tell you bye.